Naji Marshall was slicing and dicing tonight to help the Mavericks get their fourth straight win. They take out Steph and Curry and the Golden State Warriors. We'll break it all down coming up next in the DLLS Mavs postgame show. It's the DLLS Mavs post-game show live from our downtown Dallas DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. We, of course, are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, especially when they win their season-high fourth straight game as Naji Marshall goes for a 30-piece tonight as the Mavericks take out Steph and Curry and the Golden State Warriors 123-115. We'll break it all down here for you over the course of the next hour. Really appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you are here as well. Our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, will be joining us later on in the program to break it all down live from the AAC as the Dallas Mavericks used a balanced attack, Ron Harrod Jr., to take out Steph and Curry, who had a monster 38 points, but simply was not enough because Flagg, his third career 20-point double-double, but more importantly, the knife was cooking in the AAC tonight.
Yeah, at this point, the knife can't go back to the bench. I mean, while P.J. Washington started the season off great, he's had a couple of injuries that have slowed down his season. I couldn't put Naji Marshall back on the bench at this point. This is 10 straight games of double figures. He's been really the Mavs' best player over the last week, last 2 weeks. As Flagg has also battled injury. He's kind of kept his team afloat. They don't win 4 straight games without the knife. He's been slicing and dicing through the lane. It's been crazy to see. But to me, his most underrated skill right now is the passing. I mean, he's had multiple games with 4+ assists. Now he's a 9-assist night. Naji Marshall just does every single thing for the team. It's really fun to watch him play basketball.
Yeah, and he was spectacular tonight. I mean, 30 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. The 30 points a season high. The 9 assists a career high for Naji Marshall to go along with the 7 boards, going a very efficient 10 of 12 from the field. And this is a team in the Mavericks who now won 4 straight games. We talked about it after the game on Monday against the New York Knicks, where the Mavericks were beating the Knicks' ass so bad that Jalen Brunson was calling player-only meetings in the middle of basketball games, and they were still finding themselves down by 30 to the Dallas Mavericks. Tonight, you play a Golden State Warriors team who lost Jimmy Butler the other night to a torn right ACL, and a team that's reeling in a lot of ways. And we talked about it after the game on Monday. It's not about necessarily who you play. It's about when you play them, and you got 2 wins against a Jazz team that clearly is flagrantly tanking. You get a win against a Knicks team that's in complete disarray, and you get a Warriors team who is trying to figure it out while dealing with the loss of Jimmy Butler. But all that to say is the Mavericks showed up. They beat the ass of the Jazz twice. They went to New York. They gave a damn and beat them in their own house too. And in the second half of tonight's game, they were able to be the better team down the stretch, where there was simply a lid on the basket for the Warriors, especially in the fourth quarter. And Flagg, Naji Marshall, Brandon Williams had a really good game tonight as well. They were the better team down the stretch in tonight's game.
The Warriors, outside of Steph Curry, are just an embarrassing team at this point. DeAnthony Melton, shout out to you. You had a good game. This is a role player in reality. Him being the second best player on the team with Steph Curry, while Steph Curry scoring 38 points. It's really just embarrassing at this point about the conglomerate of players that the Warriors have just put on the court this season. I mean, with Jimmy Butler going down, it's going to get ugly. And then this was supposed to be the Jonathan Kuminga showcase, which I wrote about in the instant reaction, which you can catch on alldls.com. And he looked amazing until he wasn't, until he was out the game. He actually, left the game or in the middle, I think it was towards the end of the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't come back after halftime. It's now been, according to our Marc Stein, he has a left knee injury and also has an ankle injury in that same leg. He was essentially running down the court, kind of stopped up real fast and injured his leg before he missed a shot. I mean, he was 3 for 3. He had multiple and ones. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga looked amazing. Caught an alley-oop that you would thought it was, Golden State Warriors home game, how loud it got kind of after that dunk. I think he put on the show, but this has been Jonathan Kuminga's career. Even when he's gotten an opportunity, something just seems to go wrong. I'm not saying it's his fault. Injuries can't control injuries, but this is kind of a team that could have some interest in you. You never know who's that team that has interest in you. You dominate, but then you don't even make it to halftime, and it just kind of sucks for Jonathan Kuminga, who was trying to clearly score 30 points in a showcase game.
Yeah, I mean, he came out, he played well, was a perfect 3 of 3, had 10 points, was giving them a spark, but went down with the injury and was not seen for the rest of this game in the second half. And I see y'all in the chat saying, look, why do we keep winning? This is the only time I ever wanted the team to lose, and they keep on winning. This team can't tank right. Listen, this is a team that, look, players are not going to tank games. They are always going to try to go out and win games. I say it all the time. Organizations tank. Players don't. These players are playing for pride. They're playing for their paycheck, and they want to play well. And this team, we have seen the ethos of this team under Jason Kidd. They will play hard every single night, regardless of the circumstances. We learned that about them last year when they were running out guys like Kessler Edwards and others and still finding a way to scratch and claw themselves into the play-in after everything that the team went through last year. This team has gone through a bunch of injuries this year. No Daniel Gafford again tonight as he continues to deal with the ankle sprain. But Dwight Powell had a season-high 11 rebounds in this game.
Crazy.
Guys are stepping up and wanting to play and win games, and you're seeing that. And as Lone Star Rob says, yeah, players are going to play. Naji Marshall talked about it the other day. Look, they weren't traded. They weren't fired. Our job is to go out and play and win basketball games.
Yep.
And right now, they're doing it. And you give them credit for being the ones to continue to forge ahead and play well, even if it is to what we think or to what you may think is to their detriment when it comes to their immediate future and trying to get themselves into the lottery.
Yeah, I have a quote. Mike Curtis of the DMNs asked Jason Kidd after the game. Well, he just says, I don't want to jinx you guys, but you're 6-0 with Dwight Powell in the starting lineup. Jason Kidd responded, let's keep starting him. Why not? He deserves it. They all deserve it. That group that started tonight deserves to start, and they'll probably start on Saturday. For you all that don't know, Jason Kidd would rather cut off his hand than give you the starting lineup before a game. So the fact that he was so excited and so happy that he kind of even broke his own rule shows how happy he was of how hard that team just played tonight. We've talked about it multiple times. Jason Kidd almost has like a Mike Tomlin kind of factor. If you want this team to lose games because of the head coach, they would have to start benching players. It's the only way. If Jason Kidd is coaching this team and there are legit NBA players in the game, such as Naji Marshall or Cooper Flagg, they're going to win more games than they're expected. The only reason why they were losing games early in the season, they weren't used to really playing with each other. Even some of the players that returned, it was Anthony Davis is in, Anthony Davis is out. Clay's in the starting lineup. He's not good in the starting lineup. He's to be on the bench. They didn't know who to play, who not to play. D'Lo was getting a ton of minutes. He's out the lineup. The lineups were so out of whack. They seemed to find which players can actually play basketball for this team. And Caleb Martin, who we talked about pregame, 0 of 2, minus 24. If I know Jason Kidd, Caleb Martin probably doesn't start next game. Or if he does start next game, because he was a part of the starter, Jason Kidd said he would start again, it's going to be limited minutes because he's not afraid to pull a player. Caleb Martin played 19 minutes when he started. Klay Thompson, who's been on an absolute heater, only played 22 minutes tonight because he was only 2 for 6. Like, Jason Kidd will pull any player that's struggling in the game because he feels like, hey, there's no one that's besides Cooper Flagg, of course, that's like way above the rest of the group. So if you're having a bad day, you're getting pulled, bro. And for some players, that can really hurt their ego. But for others, it's like, hey, that's just the type of team they were on.
I mean, yeah, Caleb Martin wasn't great tonight. I'd be mildly surprised if he was in the starting lineup. PJ Washington did make his return tonight. He wasn't great necessarily, but at the same time, I would imagine I would think that P.J. Washington would find himself back in the starting lineup on Saturday, but that remains to be seen. But Dwight Powell has continued to play well and fill in with the amount of centers that are not available, whether it's Anthony Davis or Daniel Gafford. Dwight Powell has always been a professional basketball player and was so tonight as the Mavericks improved to 19-26. So check this out. After losing 15 of their first 20 games, the Mavericks now are 14-11 in their last 25 games.
Pretty good.
So that gives you an idea of where they are. Because, I mean, look, they started 5-15, and it looked like it was just on the way downhill for the remainder of the year. But they have since played over 500 ball in the next 25 games since then.
Anthony Davis is out. He's missed a lot of this stretch in different parts of that stretch. Clearly, Kyrie Irving is not back yet. This team is out its two most expensive players, and they've done that. Like, it's not like this team is fully healthy and everybody's out there. I mean, again, Caleb Martin tonight started a basketball game in the NBA. It's not that I'm trying to say Caleb Martin is this terrible player, but you have Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving's in this league. If Caleb Martin started his small four, that's because a lot of people are out. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, they had to sign him to attend it because they didn't have any players that were playing.
Hardship deal, yeah.
P.J. Washington, this is his first game back from injury. So they've been playing well despite essentially being one of the most injured teams in the NBA.
Yeah, this is a team now that's 19-26 on the season, 14-11 at the American Airlines Center, 3 games above 500 now after 25 games at the AAC. Meanwhile, the Warriors dropped to 25-21 on the year, 8-14 on the road away from Chase Center. As we mentioned, Steph Curry, a big night, 38 points, going 8 of 15 from downtown, but was a minus 24 during his time on the floor. The Mavericks had 6 guys in double figures, including Brandon Williams, who had 19 points in this game. Cooper Flagg with his third career 20-point double-double with 21 points and 11 rebounds in this game to go along with a couple of assists in what was 30 minutes of play. I see folks already laughing at the whole idea of the 20 to 25-minute restriction that Cooper Flagg was supposed to be on tonight. Yeah, did not happen as he played 30 minutes tonight in the game. Lance with the $5 super chat. Did Jason Kidd forget how to count? Cooper Flagg's minutes restriction went out the window in the fourth quarter. Yeah, he took him out and then brought him back in, 2 minutes later, to finish out the rest of the game.
In a game they were probably going to win regardless. Like, it felt like they put Cooper Flagg in or out. They were like, Naji Marshall was going to be the guy that was going to lead this attack, and he did anyway.
Yeah, we'll get some more of his night coming up in the next segment. Matthew Hooks with the other $5 super chat. This franchise does nothing right. They can't tank right, and this dumb front office will end up keeping this together on some stupid AD Kyrie health dream. Idiots.
All caps. Wow. I mean, look, the bottom of the NBA is like really, really bad, and they're very committed to losing basketball games.
Very committed.
Like, you can't let me say this. You can accidentally get like the number 1 pick. We saw the Mavs do it. We saw the Atlanta Hawks do it the year before that. But at the end of the day, like, to actually, quote unquote, have the highest odds is going to be very difficult because there's teams that just are not good at the bottom. Like, a lot of teams are just like really young. Like, the Jazz are really young. The Wizards are really young. The Pacers are out their best player. Like, it's going to be hard to get over some of these teams. The Jazz, like, literally essentially threw in the towel against the Mavericks twice. We saw the game. So it's going to be very hard for the Mavs to be like one of the 5 worst records in the NBA. So at this point, I would chill as a Mavs fan and at least wait to see what do they do after the All-Star break. Teams sometimes just sit players down with illness, shoulder strain, these type of things after the All-Star, hamstring soreness, these things after the All-Star break when they're trying to lose games. The Mavs aren't clearly at that point yet.
Yeah, depending on what happens tonight between the Clippers and the Lakers, the Mavericks could find themselves by the end of the night just a half game out of the 10th seed and final play-in spot in the Western Conference, with the Memphis Grizzlies losing yesterday to the Atlanta Hawks. They're 18-24. The Clippers are in action right now against Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers, and they are 19-24 on the year. Of course, the Lakers will be in town on Saturday on the first night of a back-to-back as the Mavericks will take on the Lakers and the Bucks on Sunday. With that, let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, what the turning point of this game was in a fourth quarter where Draymond Green, where have you heard this before, lost his damn mind and helped spark a run for the Dallas Mavericks. All that and more, plus Naji Marshall's big night coming up next. It's Conference Championship Sunday coming up this weekend. Who will make it to the big game and play for an opportunity to win an NFL championship? Well, you're going to be having a party, I know for sure. I know I am. And I'm going to get all of my premium meat and seafood from Wild Fork Foods. With Wild Fork Foods, they blast freeze their meat so it's extremely fresh when you get it. In fact, I got some New York strip steak waiting for me at home this weekend to prepare for my fantastic football party that I'll prepare along with a little surf and turf with some shrimp I got from there as well. And there's some fantastic garlic bread to boot for the side. So if you want to get the best meat and seafood in the game, go to wildforkfoods.com or go to one of their 9 DFW locations. Tanner knows, Bobby knows. My favorite is the Wiley location. That's the closest one to me. And you can get everything that you need to make your football party exactly what you need to make sure all of your guests are happy again. Wildforkfoods.com, their meat and seafood market, best in the game today. Everything that you need from your premium meat and seafood as well. Again, wildforkfoods.com. Check them out today. We got some scary weather coming up this weekend, and it could have an impact on your roof. And you got to go with someone that you know and trust to be able to take care of it when winter weather like this happens. And that's where Qualys Roofing comes in. With over 700 5-star reviews and an average rating of 4.9, Qualys Roofing is one of the most trusted names in the roofing across North Texas and Austin as well. Homeowners and business owners alike consistently praise Qualys for their honesty, follow-through, and quality workmanship as well. They're based right here in North Texas, and they're not some storm-chasing fly-by-night company. They're local, experienced, and committed to doing things the right way. There's no pressure and no gimmicks when it comes to Qualys Roofing, just honest assessments and quality work. Schedule a free roof inspection and get a free DLLS shirt. If you replace your roof with Qualys Roofing, you can choose between a Blackstone grill or Traeger smoker. So mention DLLS, and when you call in, it truly helps our show as well. Call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection, and don't forget to ask about your free grill. Visit QualisGC.com or just search Qualys Roofing Construction, and that's QUALIS, or call 817-500-9008 and get started with Qualys Roofing today. Mavericks take out the Golden State Warriors for their fourth straight win in a 123-115 effort at the American Airlines Center. Later on in our show, we'll be joined by our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, live from the American Airlines Center. A few more numbers on tonight's game. The Mavericks shoot 50% overall from the field, 37% from three. They crush the very small Golden State Warriors on the glass tonight, 54-35. That's thanks to big nights from Cooper Flagg on the glass with 11 boards and Dwight Powell with 11 boards as well. The Mavericks turned the ball over like crazy, though. 21 turnovers, but it did not matter as the Mavericks were able to do enough to protect the ball down the stretch to win tonight's game, as the Mavericks used 56 points in the paint. The game was really decided, especially on second chance opportunities, where the Mavericks outscored the Golden State Warriors 24-5 in the second chance point department. And we know how much the Mavericks love to get out and run. One of the best teams in transition this year, scoring points. They had 27 points in the fast break. But that gets us to what was the turning point in tonight's game, and what was a quality basketball game. I mean, the Warriors led 89-84 at the end of three in what was really a game of runs, especially in that second quarter, going back and forth. Then you go to that third quarter where the Warriors open up on an 8-0 run to lead 58-55. 2 minutes into that period, they close the final 3 minutes of the period on what was a 12-2 run to lead what was 89-84 at the end of three. Steph Curry had 13 big points in that third quarter. Naji Marshall had 11 points. But then we fast forward to the fourth quarter, because in a game that got real tight after Steph Curry knocked down a three-pointer, bless you, all of a sudden, Draymond Green, for some reason, well, actually, let me back up. Draymond Green did what Draymond does at times, or more often than not, which is lose his damn mind. He commits a flagrant foul on Dwight Powell. Now, the Mavericks are 102-101 at this point. Green commits the flagrant foul. Powell knocks down 2 free throws, and then all of a sudden, Ron, that ignited an 11-0 run, and then all of a sudden you're looking up with 6:45 left, and the Mavericks are up by 12 and seemingly in control after that as, the Warriors just could not keep their composure thanks to Draymond Green there.
I mean, Draymond Green tonight was 1 of 5, ladies and gentlemen. He was a minus 15 in the game. He only had 4 points. Now, he's never been a huge stat guy, but overall, like just being in the AAC, he just didn't look good tonight. The defense was average. I mean, I guess for his standard, I mean, probably better than most. But for his standard, it was an average defensive effort. The rebounding really wasn't there. He didn't look as fast as he normally looked, and he just wasn't really creating shots for anyone else in the game. And then, of course, you crash out on the court. He's kicking people in the, where the sun don't shine, or like near the area. Let me say near that area. He flagrant one time. They got reviewed for another one. That wasn't called a flagrant, but he's just constantly just pushing people's buttons, including the referees, clearly. And it's in a game where the Warriors need another guy to kind of be their second guy without Jimmy Butler and with Jonathan Kuminga going down with the left knee injury. Draymond just couldn't step up and do it, and that also might just be unfair to him at this point. He's also, past his prime, probably about 3 to 4 years at this point. He's kind of just holding on, by a string. So just kind of seeing what Draymond can do wasn't too impressive tonight. But I thought people were attacking him off the ball. Cooper Flagg was attacking him whenever he was in the game, and Max Christie coming around screens was making Draymond have to run or like choose if he wanted to switch or not. Early in the game, when Draymond was on Flagg, he would go under Flagg's screen. So Flagg was like 0 for 3 in his first, 3 3-pointers. So he was like, you know what, bleep this. I'm going towards the rim. Mm-hmm. And he started just attacking down here like, okay, Curry's on me off the switch. I'm going straight at him before Draymond could even recover. It was just a, constant mismatch attacking by Cooper Flagg, which he's been doing really, really well lately. And then in the Knicks game, he was attacking Jalen Brunson over and over and over again to get easy buckets. Like when you come back from injury, I'm not trying to go at Jonathan Kuminga or Draymond Green. They're big body, fast, thick, strong guys. Pass. I'm going at the smaller Steph Curry, who doesn't, truth be told, he's 30. I think Curry's like, 37, 38 years old. He doesn't want to guard anybody. Yeah. He doesn't want to guard anybody. So like, just go at him every time and get your buckets. And that's what Cooper Flagg did tonight. Yeah, that flagrant foul came with 6:45 left in the fourth quarter, and that ignited an 11-0 run where the Mavericks were able to lead by 12 with 4:50 left in the game. Overall, 24-5 start for the Mavericks as they were able to use that 24-5 run over a 4.5-minute period where the lid was clearly on the basket for the Golden State Warriors in that fourth quarter after what was a big third quarter from Stephen Curry with the 13 points. But Cooper Flagg, we're going to talk about a little bit later on in the show as well as he continues to put together really nice performances tonight. Get to 21 and 11. But, the story of tonight, I see folks, lauding Max Christie. Yeah. It's Naji Marshall, man. 30 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. He just continues to bully his way into the restricted area. Coming into tonight, my man was shooting 70% on 2-point attempts. Whew. Like, he's been devastatingly efficient within the restricted area. And he just finds a way to continuously get downhill. And coming into tonight, averaging well over 20 points in his last 5 or 6 games. Folks who want to keep him on this team love the way that he attacks the rim night in and night out. For folks who want to see this team maybe go in a little bit different direction, if I'm a contending team, I'm calling the Dallas Mavericks saying, what can we do to get the type of player that Naji Marshall is? Because he can help a contending team right now. But also, if you're in the camp that you want to keep him, he's turned himself into a fan favorite. More importantly, he's put himself into most improved player conversation, I think, as well. Yeah. Because this is not a fluke. This is a guy that's clearly turned a corner offensively and is getting better and better, and now making plays like he did tonight. Yeah, Naji Marshall was unbelievable for the Mavericks to get this win. Yeah, I just love watching Naji Marshall play basketball. Yeah. He just doesn't give a rip. He plays hard every single night. he's another one that quote unquote can't go back because he was another player that was
he's
undrafted.
Also a first team can't go back on.
Like he was an undrafted player out of college, did multiple years in college before the NIL era. He grinded his way to this position, became a free agent. The Pelicans to my knowledge, didn't offer him clearly a deal that he thought was good enough. That's why he signed as a free agent here in Dallas. To my knowledge, the Mavericks didn't have to trade for Naji Marshall. He was signed a 3-year, $27 million contract with the Mavericks. Like his team that he kind of broke out on and did well with, I guess just didn't think they wanted to sign him back. Now this team does have Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and a lot of wings. But regardless, they did not sign him back. So he just always had to prove himself. From going from high school to Xavier to being undrafted to being a two-way, having to get a standard contract to then having to become a free agent to go to a new team to prove yourself again. Naji Marshall just proves himself every single time, and right now he's one of the best players in the NBA. I think, to be honest, he wasn't on any top 100 list in the NBA heading into the season because I checked all of them. I think he's the top 100 player in the NBA. I mean, I just think that he is. I mean, I think PJ was top 100 on. I think it was CBS and The Ringer. Now, of course, these are updated lists, but I think Naji Marshall should be around that. Whatever PJ Washington is on a lot of these lists, I think he's a top 100 player in the NBA.
I mean, he's definitely put himself in the most improved player conversation. Max Christie can go into that conversation as well. It's going to be interesting how this team approaches the trade deadline, given they've got to open up a couple of roster spots to be able to get Moussa Cisse and Ryan Nembhard under contract as well. So we're exactly 2 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline, and there will be a lot of interesting things that will have to be decided upon. And the Mavericks right now are winning games in their one of the really important stretches of the season. We see the two-way counter being updated with Moussa Cisse and Ryan Nembhard, 12 games left remaining on their two-way deals.
Wow.
They'll be able to get to the All-Star break and pass the trade deadline on their two-way deals, but they will be shortly after the All-Star break is over with. They'll have to be obviously converted to deals. So, and I would imagine obviously that's going to happen around the trade deadline, I would think, given the fact that they've got to be able to get these guys under standard deals, and they have to make roster spots and room for them to do it. But yeah, I love the way Naji Marshall's playing, man. Like, I remember having a conversation with him at Summer League prior to the season, and one of the things he told me was, I'm going to be different this year. It's going to be different for me. Like, you could tell, like,
he's different.
No, I'm serious. Like, there was a real confidence about it when I spoke to him. He's like, look, man, watch out. Like, it's going to be different for me this year. And he has come in, and he not a liar.
Nah, he's not.
He's not a liar. So
he's a truther.
But
with Naji Marshall, because I know people are going to talk about the trades and everything. I don't know I don't think you could get fair value for him because his contract number is so low. Like, they would have to send another player back, but like to get to $9 million, like, there's not that many players in the NBA that make around that salary. I'm not really sure, like, how, like, I guess, like, what would a team have to give you to get Naji Marshall? Like, it would have to be like an unprotected first within probably this year or next year, I would assume, and like a player. But like, what player could you get for around that money?
I mean, if you believe what the Knicks may be doing in terms of trying to get better, I mean, are you talking about combining someone along with Miles McBride and his money, whether it be Giresun Yabusele or a Mitchell Robinson? Like, you got to be able to find ways to make that work. I mean, he makes $9 million, so
not that much. It's not like it's a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money.
It's just like the player you get is like probably like an average role player or like a rookie.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the Mavericks would trade for any of those guys. I'm just talking about the names. The names, the type of money that would need to be, matched for Naji. Because remember, the Mavericks are a second April team, and they're running up against it, which is why they got to make a couple moves to be able to get under that to go forward there as well. So, but honestly, yeah, Naji Marshall, MVP of tonight's game. Unbelievable for him.
10 straight double-figure games now.
Yeah, the knife has been cooking, and he was slicing and dicing the Warriors defense tonight and had a hell of a lot of fun doing it. And it was a lot of fun watching him get down tonight against Golden State. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, we get more into Ron's report. Plus, we'll be joined later on in our show by our national NBA insider, Marc Stein. All that and more coming up next. So as I'm getting into my upper 30s now, I don't wake up the same way that I used to when I was in my early 20s, like when I was 25 years old. And I need a little bit of a boost to get me through my day, whether it's going to the gym or completing daily activities with my wife or playing with my daughter at the playground. I need a little bit of help. And Mars Men can help you do that. With Mars Men, it's designed to help free locked testosterone so your body can actually use it. There's no synthetics, no needles as well, just real ingredients to help you optimize your energy, focus, and strength as well. And so if you're needing stronger physical performance or recovery at the gym, Mars Men can help you do that because it supports healthy T levels and energy with stamina, as well as 8 natural, clinically dosed ingredients, and it's made in the good old US of A as well. And it's a 90-day money-back guarantee, so there's no obligation when it comes to Mars Men. So for a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. It's a perfect way, of course, to start off your new year strong. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts at checkout. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that DLLS Mavs sent you. You know that moment where you left your favorite pair of sunglasses on the beach or on the roof of your car or in 3 states over? Yeah, I know the feeling. And that's where Shady Rays comes in. With Shady Rays, they've changed the game when it comes to their polarized sunglasses. These sunglasses are made for real life. They're seriously good looking. They're not stupidly expensive either. They're polarized and durable as well. And here's the wild part. If you break them or lose them on day one, they'll give you replacements for free. Guilt-free replacements when it comes to your polarized sunglasses. That's it. So even if you lose or break them, don't worry. Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. So now you can wear your polarized sunglasses without fear at all. So with Shady Rays, we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code DLLS35 for 35% off your polarized sunglasses. Make sure you try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, at shadyrays.com, code DLLS35 for 35% off your polarized sunglasses with Shady Rays today. Mavericks get a big win tonight at the American Airlines Center, taking out the Warriors for their 4th straight win to improve to 14-11 at the AAC, as the Mavericks could be just a half game out of the 10th seed and final play-in spot by the end of tonight, depending on what happens in Los Angeles between the Lakers and the Clippers in the quote-unquote battle of LA tonight in Intuit Dome. That's the Mavericks' next opponent will be the Los Angeles Lakers on Saturday evening, we hope and we think, given what is the predicted inclement weather that is headed to town starting tomorrow evening and could be sweeping through the Metroplex, putting tomorrow's game in peril. If you listen to Jason Kidd and what he had to say prior to the game, that game is going to be played come hell or high water,
basically,
or sleet or snow in this particular case, because if the Lakers can find themselves landing in Dallas tomorrow, the game will be played, because we have seen in years past with COVID, all you need is 2 teams, 3 referees.
Good to go, baby.
Jump it up and go play.
I mean, to be fair, like in places like Chicago, it's probably like they're getting like 5 inches of snow and 10 inches of snow, multiple feet of snow, like 1 or 2 feet of snow, or whatever. They're still playing basketball games, man. It's supposed to be, I think I saw somebody say it's supposed to be like -30 real feel, like we don't include the win in Chicago this week. They're still playing basketball there. They're still playing, at one point they were still playing football outside there.
You've seen the temperatures, what it's supposed to be in Milwaukee on Sunday?
Probably minus, negative something, probably.
Minus 12 is the wind chill supposed to be.
I'm good,
with
man.
like a high of like 5 or something like that in Milwaukee.
I'm so good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nasty work.
I think it's also like so much irony that the Mavs have their biggest win streak of the season, and Luka Doncic is just coming into town. And it's like, people always laugh about the NBA script, like, oh, here's the script. But like, literally, this is very script-esque. Like, the Mavs are, quote-unquote, playing their best ball of the season, even while hurt. And, of course, like, the boogeyman is still coming to town. Like, just because you're playing good doesn't mean he's not coming. and he's coming back to quote unquote his home arena. There's going to be more Luka and Lakers jerseys than there probably would just be other Mavs general jerseys, like anybody else but Lakers or Luka Mavs jerseys. Like it's going to be a essential, almost a home game for Luka Doncic, as it was the last time that he was here. And it's just crazy to me how like the Mavs are playing so well right as he's about to come, right as LeBron's about to come. And it's like if the Mavs somehow win that game and go on a 5-game win streak, wow. Literally a eureka moment for the Mavs season.
I mean, you see the schedule on the screen there. They'll be home on Saturday against Los Angeles and then on the road against the Bucks on the second night of a back-to-back for a road home back-to-back. Then their next 2 games that they will play will also be a back-to-back. They'll be at home against the Timberwolves, and they welcome in a Charlotte Hornets team that's playing better these days. They're not obviously not over 500, but it's not a cakewalk against the Charlotte Hornets these days. You'll have a matchup of the 2 former roommates and Duke products in Cooper Flagg versus Con Knuckle, the number 1 and 2 guys in the NBA Rookie of the Year race right now. And then on January 31st to end the month, the Mavericks will visit Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets at the end of the month. So we're going to see where this team is at. We figured that this was going to be these 12 games, their most difficult stretch of the season, starting with the game on Monday against the Knicks on Martin Luther King Day. Handled up business and destroyed them. They come back on Thursday. They handle up business, take out the Golden State Warriors in the fourth quarter, despite a big Steph and Curry night. And now we'll see what happens on Saturday when they take on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers. And they have a chance, really, depending on what's going on with Milwaukee, to really put Milwaukee out of their misery. Because right now they're playing awful basketball. Giannis, it feels like, is ready to go at any moment. He just won't say it because he don't want to be the bad guy in Milwaukee. So we talk about this all the time in this league. It's not about the team that you play. It's about when you play them. It's a very long season. January is a long, arduous month for all 30 of these teams in this league. And if you could catch them at the right time, like the Mavericks have caught the Jazz, who are flagrantly tanking, a team in the New York Knicks that's clearly in disarray, and a Warriors team right now that's trying to figure out some path forward with injuries to Jimmy Butler and now dealing with an injury with Jonathan Kuminga, who they were trying to integrate into the rotation to try to fill in for Butler. The Mavericks are catching guys at the right times, and I think what I've appreciated about them, no matter what, whether they're losing games or they're winning games, their mindset and ethos hasn't changed, is that we're going to get out here, we're going to play, and you're going to have to just beat us in order to win these games. And if you're not willing to show up and play well, you're going to find yourself on the end of a loss when it comes to this team, especially as of late here.
Yeah, I was thinking too, while KG was talking beautifully right there.
I appreciate that. That's lovely. Thank you so much. That's sweet of you.
Just with the next game being the Los Angeles Lakers, like Mavs fans, like are people planning to cheer harder for Cooper Flagg, or are people still gonna be cheering just as hard for Luka Doncic? Because at this point, it just comes to a point where you have the guy. The guy's here. We know Cooper Flagg is going to be one of the next great players, but I do understand how it feels to love a player. And he comes back home. It still hasn't been a full year yet since the trade. Do we think that people are going to be cheering harder for Luka or Flagg?
We can love both our sons at once.
There will be
is it like a stepson, birth son now kind of thing?
I mean, Luka will always be number 1 in Mavericks fans' hearts. I mean, again, this was a player who did not want to leave here. And if you saw, remember any of the emotion from, this game a year ago?
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like that before. I mean, there will be some fans who will cheer harder for Cooper Flagg because he's in a Maverick uniform. There will be fans who will cheer for Luka because it's Luka Doncic. And not only was he theirs, but he's also one of the 5 best players in the NBA. And right now, one of its most popular. So as the leading vote getter in all of the NBA this year for the All-Star game, where he'll start his 6th, he'll be in his 6th All-Star game. So
I got 2 hands.
I like that. Yeah, I got 2 hands to cheer for both. Shout out to you.
That's how I feel, yeah.
Yeah, like anytime that this player will come back to this building, it will be in an emotional experience. No matter how.
You think 3 years from now?
Yes. Every time Luka steps in this building, it will be an emotional game. Like, it'll dissipate more.
That trauma is real, man.
I mean, it'll dissipate some as the years go on. But, yeah, every time Luka Doncic, as long as he is, who he is and the player that he is, yeah, it'll be like that every time. So I'm interested to see. I mean, Cooper Flagg seems like the kind of player and young man that it won't bother him no matter what the atmosphere is. But him being in a building where, in a lot of ways, he'll be an opponent in his own building, depending on how many fans, are cheering for Luka Doncic.
I mean, there were a lot of Warriors fans there tonight. There's going to be even more Lakers fans.
Yeah, and I guess I'll say he experienced some of that earlier this year, where he was an opponent in his own building at times because of, trying to get Nico out the paint.
Cool.
Which apparently someone on Twitter tweeted out about an hour or two ago that Nico Harrison was on the same flight with him from Los Angeles to Dallas. So whatever, take that for what it's worth. But yeah, and that's the other part too. Lakers fans really travel well when it comes to their team, so there'll be a lot there. For those who are wondering, D'Angelo Russell did not play tonight. He was DNP CD low.
I'm joking
again. Okay, here's the question. We need to put this in the poll. Will D'Angelo Russell play another game before the All-Star break? Yes or no? Will he play another game before the All-Star break?
I'm going to be that guy, and I'm almost starting to feel a little bit bad for D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, wow.
Because I just didn't think it would get to this point. I didn't think, before the season started, I'm like, all right, if it goes bad, he'll still be like a bench point guard. He's completely out the lineup. This man, basically, he's gotten his chain ripped off his neck at this point.
That's a great question, Wildcat. What do we think D'Angelo said to Steph? Because at one point, so Steph knocked down a three.
That was so dumb.
Did you see that? So yes. Steph knocked down a three, and he's like skipping back toward the other side. And you see D'Angelo Russell like covering his mouth and said something to Steph and Curry, and Curry is just like, what? Like it was really weird. Like Russell made it a point.
Ew.
I know they were formerly teammates, this, that, and the third, but Russell went out of his way to like cover his mouth and say something.
They were teammates for a second and a half, but technically they never played on the court together.
That's right. Yeah,
that's the year Steph was hurt.
That's right.
And D'Lo was horrendous then. If anybody watched that little stretch, he was bad with the Warriors. But wow. I mean, I just didn't think it would get to this point for D'Angelo Russell. This is a player that averaged 18 points like 2 seasons ago. It's not like he was like this. He's been a bum for 5 years. Like he was averaging 18 points, 40% from three for the Lakers for 2 years ago. Like what happened? He's not old. It's one of the weirdest things ever. It's like pure probably like IQ, play style, how he's gotten here. But yikes, man! What a fall from grace.
Shout out to the question from. I want to be able to say their handle correctly, but I don't know how to say it correctly. You got to help me out with the pronunciation of that. But the question is, I have a better question. Who are we giving credit for Quentin Grimes and Max Christie leaps in consecutive years, having a vet like Klay or having a coach like Jason Kidd? I mean, shout out to Klay Thompson, man. Max Christie has lauded the veteran leadership and presence of Klay Thompson and what he's been able to do to help him. I mean, let Max Christie tell it. He's following Klay Thompson around like a true protege.
Yeah, he's stalking him. He's stalking Klay Thompson.
Which, I mean, second greatest shooter in the history of the NBA. I mean, I probably would too.
I mean, B-Will's stalking Kyrie Irving. As he should.
Yeah. One of the best handles in the history of the game. Yeah, I'm probably stalking that guy too to learn everything that I can from him. And give Brandon Williams credit. I do want to show him some love tonight. 19 points, 7 of 10 from the field. He was excellent tonight. Brandon Williams attacks and gets downhill, man. Whether it's off of a make or a miss, he is flying down the floor and putting constant pressure on the rim, unlike his counterpart, Brandon Podziemski, who just smoked every layup he took tonight.
Yeah, the better Brandon was Brandon Williams for sure tonight. I mean, Brandon Podziemski, like you said, was terrible on the court tonight.
Yeah.
While B. Will's been good for a bevy of games in a row at this point. He's been good for a ton this season since he's kind of, I think it was an illness he came back from. Just come back from that illness, he's been really good. He's just a really good bench guard, man. Like the guard that can just provide like 15 points off the bench. He's the perfect player kind of for that mold, man. And then, of course, he's grabbing rebounds. He
got his assist game on tonight.
4 assists is great for B. Will.
That's great for B. Will, man. Because he normally when Brandon and no disrespect to Brandon, when Brandon Lee's come in, he looking for his offense, man. He looking for the score.
I mean, his role is buckets. Period.
Yeah,
his kid's like we need points.
He's not a pass guard. He's a score guard.
They have Ryan Nembhard to pass the ball.
That's right.
When you're in the game, brother, you need to hit your head inside the backboard trying to get to that rim.
And the username is Some Was Here because I really was. Shout out to you, Some. But yeah, he was really good tonight and continues to provide them a spark off the bench and really embracing that role there. So, like I said, 6 guys in double figures. Cooper-Flagg with 21 points, 11 rebounds. Dwight Powell, big double-double for him, 10 points, 12 rebounds, agitated the hell out of Draymond Green and was able to get him flustered as well. Max Christie, look, man, Jason Kidd has been telling him, get threes up. I want 10 threes a game from you. Max Christie took 12 tonight, knocked down 5 of them. He had 21 points. It was a plus 28 in tonight's game. His ability to not only knock down shots and transition from 3, he loves shooting it from the corners. He's a top 5 3-point shooter. But as you mentioned a little bit earlier, when shots aren't falling for him, he's starting to learn how to attack the rim and do so with a patience and an ability to be under control when he does attack the rim. That's a big growth in Max Christie's game. So shout out to him for his continued elevation in his game. As we mentioned, Naji Marshall with the 30 points, Brandon Williams 19, and PJ Washington somehow wound up with 10 points in this game.
Yeah, right. Max Christie actually like low-key has like a little bag.
That's the Phil Handy work,
see
man.
him in the pregame. Him and Phil Handy. What's the ball called? The smaller.
This little smaller gold ball.
Ball. Yeah. I think it's like 94 feet ball or something like that. It's like Phil Handy, to my knowledge, created this ball to help with ball handling. Max Christie's ball handling from like Lakers time to now,
much improved.
I mean, night and day.
Much improved.
I mean, he's a testament to if you work hard, if you believe you can do something, you can if you care enough. He's become a better. He was always a good 3-point shooter. Right now, he's one of the best in the NBA. He's worked harder on that, and the ball handling is amazing right now.
Yeah, he's a top 5 shooter in the league, and give assistant coach Phil Handy a lot of credit for the work that he's improved on his handle because he's become much better. We see him working in practice, pregame, and he's been much, much better with his handling of the basketball. Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, we'll be joined by our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, live from the American Airlines Center after the Mavericks get their 4th straight win as they take out the Warriors. We'll do that next. But first, we want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way that you can do that is to like, comment, and subscribe here at DLLS Sports and join the over 39,300 subscribers here as we move that much closer to 40K. The next easiest way you can do that is to scan that QR code that you see on your screen right now, or go to alldlls.com to become a diehard member. When you do, you get a free t-shirt. Upon sign up, you get access to our member-only Discord, and you get access to all of our premium content on our website, curated by our guy, Ron Herrod Jr., covering your Dallas Mavericks, Sam Nessel and Sean Shapiro covering your Dallas Stars, Jeff Wilson covering your Texas Rangers. Big trade with the Nationals to get a starting pitcher in here for the rotation going into 2026 for your Rangers. And today, of course, Ali Jawad and Clarence E. Hill Jr. covering your Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to Ali Jawad, who's been doing fantastic work covering the East-West Shrine Bowl this week, and Clarence E. Hill Jr. As the news broke that the Dallas Cowboys are signing Christian Parker to be their new defensive coordinator. Fantastic emergency pod, which I donated some of my money to in the form of a super chat earlier today. But at the same time, you get all access to that content all year long, and we've got some fantastic merchandise as well. Even though the holidays are over, you can still go to store.allcitynetwork.com to check out our fantastic merch that we have available right now, including our branded Bills All DLLS hats that you can see on our website and available at any point and any time as well. In fact, there they are right there, 4 different styles for our All City Headwear new collection, courtesy of branded Bills. So make sure you check that out at store.
That bone colorway is always One of my favorites.
I'm partial to the white one. I think Tanner has that one, actually, the white with the black DLLS logo on the front. Real good stuff. So again, store.allcdnetwork.com and alldls.com to become a diehard member today. Are we ready?
I believe so.
Okay.
Here
let's take a shot at it.
Go.
He's going to be joining us via phone as we literally dial up the Stein line with our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, live from the AAC. Mark, what's going on?
Hi, guys. This is a weird situation. First time I think I can ever remember this happening post-game, but I am, along with the rest of the assembled media, awaiting the Stephen Curry post-game press conference. Actually, cooperflagg and Max Christie are speaking at the podium as we speak, or maybe just finished up, but I'm trying to do 17 things at once, keep my eye on Steph making his way to the locker room, so I had to join by phone so I could be more mobile and bolt when we get our chance to speak to Steph post-game. So now you guys have the scene. Fire away. Start asking me questions. Let's go.
You dunking on reports today, OEC? What's going on there?
No, not really dunking on reports. The aggregation about that there was a demand from Rich Paul that a trade has to happen next week. Underline the next week part. That was the part that was just, it didn't make any sense. The trade deadline is in 2 weeks. Why would any agent say, you must trade my client next week before the trade deadline, a week before the trade deadline? Like that's really the part that I was trying to clarify.
So let's start there with Anthony Davis. Then we are literally 2 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline. What is the latest and the approach for Dallas with respect to him and how they want to move forward as Matt McCarty and Michael Finley start to make these decisions?
I think they will still be inviting any calls that come in, but the reality is because of the hand injury, ligament damage, uncertain recovery timetable, the expectation is that Anthony Davis is going to be able to play at some point, between, mid-March and the end of the regular season. Nobody can say exactly when, but I think it's fair to say that has had an impact on the marketplace. And today on my Substack, Jake Fisher reported that Toronto, Atlanta, which had been most frequently cited as the teams most active in terms of chasing or exploring the possibility of an Anthony Davis trade, that neither of those teams are actively doing so. So 2 weeks out, now we're a little bit less. It was, 2 p.m. Central today was exactly 2 weeks away from the deadline. So we're inside 2 weeks now. I mean, there doesn't appear to be any real trade action there. And I think the likelihood is that it's probably not going to change. And there isn't going to be a palatable trade that materializes in that next 2 weeks. But look, 2 weeks also is 2 weeks also is 2 weeks, and so we're just going to have to wait and see how that plays out. I can't really give you more of a read than that.
No, that makes sense. And with that being said, with the idea being then for Rich Paul and Anthony Davis, okay, if a trade doesn't materialize, we'll revisit this in the summer and let's see if we can get him on the floor and get him to play and then revisit this in the summertime.
Yeah, I mean, and look, as we've talked about so many times on this show, like the Mavericks are. This is a salary of a player who makes 50 plus million this season, scheduled to make 58 something million next season, scheduled to make 63 million the season after that, and a player option. It's just realistically more easy to make that kind of trade in the summertime when teams are more able to deal with salaries like that, and also teams that might have lost in the playoffs, or the playoffs don't go the way they want. There might be teams more motivated to enter that marketplace. But I just think, and the noises you guys hear, also they're breaking down, getting the Stars rink set up, so it is chaos back here. I'm trying to move around and find quiet places to talk while waiting for Steph to make his way to the media room. But yeah, I mean, I look, I'm not going to sit here and say that there is absolutely no chance of an Anthony Davis trade in the next 2 weeks. As long as the deadline hasn't, as long as the buzzer hasn't sounded, there's always a chance. But I just think the way things are going now, because of this latest injury on top of every other injury, that realistically, an off-season move has to be easier to complete than trying to do one now. But let's see. Who knows if, there's still 13 days, I guess, for me to be proven wrong with that read.
So let's kind of go rapid fire then. Naji Marshall, 30 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Is the phone ringing off the hook for Matt Riccardi and Michael Sherman?
I tweeted it during the game. I mean, there is a shortage of difference-making wing players league-wide, and Naji Marshall just keeps playing better and better and better. And so the phone, if it isn't already ringing, it certainly will, and my suspicion is that it has already been ringing. And, it's just going to be a matter. Look, the Mavericks do not want to trade him. Given the way the roster looks right now, he's the best point guard that they have. And he's obviously not really a point guard, but the way he is clicking and functioning with Cooper Flagg and Max Christie, like they have a nice thing going. And so they don't want to move him. But if somebody puts a first round pick on the table, you certainly have to weigh it as, again, you're thinking about building a team on Cooper Flagg's timeline. And if a team that doesn't have control of its first round pick between 2027 and 2030 is suddenly offered a first for Naji Marshall, I think you have to weigh it. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Naji. It's not like I'm rooting for that, but I'm just, stating the honest fact here. I mean, he has moved to the top of the charts in terms of, with his contract too. I mean, his contract is very team friendly and tradable. So again, I don't think the Mavs want to do that. And why would you, the way he's playing? Because he's outperforming his contract. But again, there is a shortage of difference making wing players available at this trade deadline. So yeah, this is going to be something that we have to monitor and track for the next 13 days.
Lanner with the $5 super chat for you, Mark. Mark, do you consider one first round pick for Anthony Davis a quote unquote fair trade? Because I do. Plus, would gladly take that to get off his contract. He is a net negative.
Well, you have to tell me the contracts that you're taking back. I mean, this is one of the challenges with trading Anthony Davis. The way that question is phrased is implying that the Mavs are going to get 50 plus in expiring contracts, so all they have to worry about is getting this first round pick. And realistically, that's just not. Again, Atlanta was talked about with Porzingis and Luke Kennard. You still need another fairly significant contract to make the math work if the Hawks were still in play. And that's one of the issues here. Like there just aren't teams that have 50 plus million in expirings to work with, and hey, we'll give you a first too. Like if that deal presented itself, okay, then we can talk about should the Mavs do it or should they not. But to this point, no such deal has presented itself.
How about Kyrie Irving in terms of any potential timeline? Jason Kidd started to address some of that during his pregame comments as we move closer to the All-Star break. What is the sense with Kyrie Irving and a potential return?
Yeah, I think Jason Kidd spelled it out pretty well. I mean, Kyrie is seen at practice here and there. He's not in contact drills, but, he's frequently at practice, working out before practice, working out after practice. It's just going to be a matter of, I think what Jason Kidd was saying, that it's pretty clear that in the second half of the season, the option to come back is going to be there. Now, obviously, I think standings are a factor here, but something that Kyrie is probably going to weigh and work through is does a long-term. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm getting an update here because when Steph is headed into the room, I gotta go. All right, he is going to the media room, guys. I gotta go to this.
Thank you, Mark.
See ya.
All right, guys.
All right.
And that was Marc Stein, everybody.
Yeah. Steph Curry on his way to the podium to address the media after tonight's game as the Mavericks get it done.
Yeah. Naji Marshall. I see we have
Naji.
Yeah. Do not trade Naji.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of Mavs fans probably feel like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Tyler with the $1.99 super chat. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's been terrific. There's no other way to say it. He's been terrific and was so
that
tonight.
Was so abrupt.
Shout out to our guy, Danny Wolf, a.k.a. Tim Cato.
That was very abrupt, but that was also very Marc Stein, I feel like. It's not a bit, believe it or not.
I'm not going to be upset because he set proper expectations at the beginning.
He did.
Which I'm fine with.
I did want to ask him about Jonathan Kuminga because I haven't really heard that the Mavs have any interest in Kuminga. Jason Kidd say he's a good player, but wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The Stein just side-chicked DLLS.
That would never happen on this show.
He would never cheat on us. Okay.
Never.
Okay. He would never do that. I mean, look, man. Steph is his guy. The Warriors make one trip. Actually, this year will be 2 trips to Dallas, actually.
Yeah, they played March 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd. Yeah, the rare 2 trips for the Warriors to Dallas this season.
Also, it was cool. I mean, just like journalists had, the journalists had over there. Steph Curry was pretty dope. He's a treat, man. And the thing about Steph is you don't know how many more of these you got left. Like, Steph is 37. He'll be 38 later on this year. You just don't know how many of these you have left as far as the greatness that is. Oh, man.
Steph Curry.
No.
You're not going to get us, Scott.
Bobby's already got mad at me once.
We're not doing that.
I can't do it again.
Did he tell you not to say it again?
That was something else. Or was it that too?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I think it was both.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Sadly, I'm that guy on this show.
It's funny.
Let's have the Charlie Saturday as the Mavericks will take on his Bucks on Sunday evening.
Bobby's Bucks.
Stein said, Steph's here. Lose my number.
Giannis to the AAC. That's fun, though, man. Also, I think
that game's in Milwaukee.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, to the minus 15 real field Milwaukee?
A.K.A. hella cold.
Like, you better put on a hoodie, some long johns, a coat, some wool socks, or some Timbs. When it's that cold outside, like, you have to, like, almost sprint to your car. It becomes a big deal if my car is, like, right by the door or 6 cars down. That becomes a very serious thing. So good luck to the Mavs. They get paid a lot of money to do this. But, wow, it's going to be probably very snowy, I would assume, up there and cold.
Shout out to Oscar, who says the Lakers are getting destroyed at the moment by the
17 points, yeah.
That's fun. By who?
Oh,
It's
really?
the Clips?
Yeah, the 64-47.
Kawhi's putting that BTA.
Yeah, Kawhi back, man. He missed the last 3 games with a little knee soreness, a little ankle problem. He said, I'm back for the game, to the Battle of L.A. If the Lakers lose tonight, this is not good for Dallas on Saturday. Well, I mean, whatever.
I don't think that really. I understand why fans think that, but I don't think that actually really makes that big of a difference. Now, if they lost 5 straight and they were just that desperate, sure, I guess. But if you're just playing bad, you're just playing bad.
Getting side-chicked by Steph ain't so bad. Cheer up, guys. Well,
I mean,
it's Steph.
Yeah.
Before we end, can you go back up a little bit to there's one comment I want to keep going. I'll let you know when to stop. And right there. John Quill, have you guys put the tankathon in the closet already?
It's getting dusty.
I mean, we don't break it out when the Mavs win games. And right now, it's been put up on the shelf.
Because they got cobwebs a little bit.
Yeah, Mavs keep winning. Mavs keep winning, so no tankathon spins. And at this rate, who needs a tankathon spin?
Luka Doncic.
Break them up.
Luka Doncic might be your hope, ladies and gentlemen. If he goes for 45, 8 and 8. Yeah,
that still
man.
won't matter because the rest of the team sucks, and the Mavs still might win.
You know what? It'd be,
Well, I mean,
it'd
they
be
have
really
LeBron,
fun to
but,
see
like,
Flagg just blow by Luka. I'm gonna be honest.
I love Luka, but for this,
Oh my
for
God,
our
that'd
company,
be so funny.
If Flagg postered Luka or
Oh,
something,
it'd be so great. It'd be so
It'd
great.
be incredible.
Sorry, all for all the Luka fans in the
I
chat.
don't
but,
want that to happen.
but man, just imagine
But you won't be too
Luka on the
upset.
island
Yeah.
with Flagg.
Or
Boom.
either way, I love both of them. So they can do
They can posterize each other.
Flagg can poster Luka, and then Luka
Step
can
back
hit
three.
a step back 3 over Flagg. Perfect.
Yeah,
Let's do
Luka
that.
ever posterized Cooper Flag, it would be
Oh, that'd be
a career highlight for him.
Can Luka jump high enough to do that?
no.
I know he can dunk, but can he
Barely.
jump high enough to poster Flagg?
Let's just say Luka not trying to dunk these days.
No.
he's
I wonder how many
he's
dunks
not-
does he have this season?
I don't-
Over or under 10?
I don't
I'm going under 10.
I love when Cooper Flag dunks though. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
He-
Luka will eat Flagg alive, and I like Flagg.
I mean, he low key did. In
I
the
mean,
first
but
matchup.
to be fair, Flagg will probably eat him alive. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about Flagg kind of hunting, easy matchups, quote unquote, with the Brunson and Curry. He's gonna probably hunt Luka. He's gonna probably hunt a bunch of the other Lakers players. Probably LeBron, who isn't really playing defense on a night-to-night basis. Like some games, sure, maybe he's locked in, but overall, he's not playing defense either. If I'm Flagg, I'm going at DeAndre Ayton in pick and roll. Why not? There's a bunch of easy pickers in that
Is
Lakers
he trying to
team.
come back? Is Steph done talking already?
No, he said if.
Oh no, we're good.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
I was about to say Steph done
No,
talking
no, he
already.
said
Good gracious.
if. Yeah, well, I think we're good.
That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Tonight felt like the appetizer to the main course that's happening on Saturday nights. Luke, what? Oh.
I was just looking up to the weather gods. Like, I just hope it's not too bad.
Please.
Your boy likes being here on Earth, and I would like to keep it that way.
For those who, I will say this, for those who live in the DFW area, in the surrounding areas of the Metroplex, please be careful. Do not get out unless you absolutely have to in this weather.
Run that water.
Make sure that you drain, or run your faucets the way that you need to. Make sure you got everything that you need to be safe and sound with your friends and your loved ones with this anticipated weather. So again, if you don't have to get out, do not. Stay safe and let the sunshine come out a couple days later so that you can enjoy that. But yeah, the anticipated weather is supposed to be not great starting tomorrow evening. So just be careful. Just be careful. That'll do it for here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Shout out to Nick Angstad, who helped us out earlier tonight on our pregame show. Shout out to him. I appreciate our 10 and making us look good and sound good. The next time you will hear from us, we are off tomorrow, but we will be back on Saturday night. It is Lakers Mavericks. Tip-off will be at 7:30 p.m. at the AAC. Our pregame show will begin at 6:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. You do not want to miss it. Luka Doncic makes his second return to the American Airlines Center to take on his former team in the Dallas Mavericks. It's going to be a hell of a day on Saturday. Hopefully, with the weather cooperating somewhat. That's our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harad Jr. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We will talk to you on Saturday at 6:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.